Alright, well, first off, let me just say that this is probably going to be one of the hardest videos I've ever had to make in my life. And I'll just start off by saying that no one died. But I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. Just I never really knew how to. Yeah, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite bands. So yeah, welcome back to another Jacob's List. This video is going to be hard to make, mainly because I can't really pinpoint like what my favorite bands are. Like I can tell you what my favorite bands are, but trying to like take all of them and then put them into a top 10, very difficult. Let alone where I would place them in that top 10. Yeah, this was a bitch to make. I kept going back and forth, you know, switching up the entries, and I feel like I finally settled on a list that I'm happy with. Now, from 10 to 1, the idea that I have for this video will actually set up for the next video. Whatever my number one band is will get their own discography ranking. Rank all their albums from least good to amazing. And that's going to be hard because my number one band, I feel, doesn't have a bad album. Yeah, so that said, we're going to jump right into this. If you don't know me, music is my life. I've been listening to music ever since I can't even remember. That's how long I've been listening to music. I would say like the first time I had a favorite song was probably when I was like 4 years old. But it definitely wasn't like punk rock or metal or rap or anything. It was a song called I Want to Go Back to Georgia. If you know that song, please let me know what the artist is. Because I completely forgot about that song until doing some reminiscing and planning for this video. Before we go into the top 10, I do have some honorable mentions. One of those honorable mentions isn't actually like, a band. I guess you could consider them a band. They're more like a hip hop group, but I'll give them the exception because they're fucking awesome. So anyway, here are the honorable mentions in no specific order.
Put it up on the board, another rapper shot down from the mouth that roared. 1, 2, 3, down for the count. The beats all of my lyrics, oh yes, no doubt. Cold rock. And you know, I wish that I could go there. It's a road that I have not found, and I wish you the best of luck here. There's one thing that makes me sick is when someone tries to hide behind politics. I wish that time would go by fast. Somehow they manage to make. The sun hits like a punch in the face with a headache I can't ignore. Seems almost every week in my bed is someone's floor. One day, they all answer to the hearsay.
So those are my honorable mentions. Love all those bands. The shit, I can tell you right now, Lagwagon and AFI were pretty close to making this list. So you can consider those 11 and 12. Yeah. A lot of these bands I've grown up with. on my list. Some of them I just like fully either discovered or just fully appreciated them this year. So we'll start off with number 10. Spanish Love Songs. Spanish Love Songs is a band that I discovered in late 2020. I actually first heard about them during another YouTuber's, he goes by ARTV, Album Review TV. He was doing his year-end countdown list, and his number one best song, actually I don't know if it was his number one best song, but it was Routine Pain by a band called Spanish Love Songs. And not to get all sappy and emotional, but 2020, 2019 fucking sucked. Those are just really draining years, so when he was describing that, the first song, Routine Pain, made him cry. You know, I felt like crying, so I checked them out. You know, he said it was a pop punk emo band. I like pop punk and I like some emo, so one day in my car, skipping work. Not really skipping work, I was off that day and I just felt like driving around. I blasted Brave Faces, everyone. And I will say right now, I do like Schmaltz and Giant Sings the Blues, but Brave Faces, everyone, is easily an album that just affected me. First like minute of Routine Pain just had me in my seat just tearing up, because like I related with those lyrics so much. You know, just going through life like not really feeling like you're living up to your full potential and just feeling depressed. You know, I was working at Wendy's still at that time, and I was pretty much living paycheck to paycheck, so I had something to relate to in self-destruction. But overall, the album became my favorite album of 2020, and I heard it in the last couple of months of 2020. That band just holds a lot of meaning to me, and for just discovering them a little over a year ago, they've already made my list as one of my favorite bands of all time.
Like the birth of a newfound joy, this love would end in rage. And when she died, I couldn't cry. The part within.
Pantera. Pantera's a band that I got into slightly after I got into Metallica. I really wasn't fully into them, but I did appreciate Dimebag Darrell's playing. Rest in peace to him, and rest in peace to Vinnie Paul. Once I fully got into Pantera, like I was fucking into them. Some of Dimebag's playing, like just you could just tell the pure like emotion that he puts in his playing. And I don't want to make this a whole like entry seem like I'm just praising Dimebag, because a lot of that band was amazing. You know, like Vinnie Paul's drumming, fucking stellar. I really enjoyed his drumming on like 13 Steps to Nowhere. That opening drum fill to just like pure chaos is mind blowing. Phil Anselmo's vocals as well, love him. Like later down the line, he did like just purely like screams and like raspy vocals, but he was like doing a lot of harmonies and like Cowboys from Hell era to even like fuck power metal too. That was his first album with the band. But you know, listening to that whole band and just like the emotion that they put in their music, I really like latched onto that, and I really appreciate them. You know, I wasn't a fan when Vinnie or Dimebag Darrell was alive, but I was a fan when Vinnie Paul was alive. And when I found out about his passing, it truly hit me. I almost started crying. Like that's like a retard. What the fuck are you doing? Anyway, yeah, Pantera, band that came in like while still getting into metal, and truly changed my life. Truly made me like appreciate like what good metal sounds like. Number 8.
Biggest fight on the hill in the early days, 'cause it chilled deep inside.
Metallica. I would say if this was back in 2017, they would probably be in my top 5, but number 8's still not a bad spot. Metallica was the first metal band I got into. Like, the first metal band I heard was at Mayhem Fest, Devil Wears Prada, but I don't like that much. It was Devil Wears Prada, hell yeah, King Diamond, Slayer. Slayer I really liked. That was my exposure to metal. So I really held them close to my heart, but I really wasn't like fully into their music. Metallica was that band that got me into like metal. I feel like that's everybody's like introduction band. But you know what? You can't go wrong with the Big Four. Any band in the Big Four. Metallica just gripped me. You know, first time like I heard Enter Sandman and like the songs off the Black Album, because it was a copy that my dad had. You know, I just wanted more. So I think it was a little bit after their 30th anniversaries of Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. I bought their CDs at Best Buy, both Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning, and those albums were just fucking amazing. Those were the greatest things I ever heard at that time. So yeah, Metallica, even though they're not my favorite now, I still hold them close to my heart. So number 7, you know, I feel like this list is very unorthodox. Like, bands, you're probably gonna comment on here saying that, oh, this band shouldn't be ranked higher than this band. Well, I feel like this is the first entry that's probably gonna shock you. Number 7's MXBX. MXBX is a band that like I thought was okay when I first like heard them. My first album was The Ever Passing Moment, and I liked Responsibility. You know, I just saw it at a thrift store and I picked it up. And I also saw Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo as well. But, I don't know, I just never bothered to pick it up until like I heard Ever Passing Moment in full. I was like, you know what, I could use a little bit more MXBX, so I went and got that one. And that album fucking ruled. Easily my favorite song off that album is For Always. My band covers that song. But yeah, that was the album that truly made me into an MXPX fan, and I'm grateful for that. You know, I just really like Mike's vocals. I like his bass playing. Chick Magnet, an iconic song. I really like Move to Bremerton as well. You know, like I never really cared for like the Christian themes, but like to be honest, with MXPX, I never like never noticed them. Mainly because I probably wasn't just paying attention to them. You know, at that time, like I was a little edgy teen atheist, but I really fucking loved MXBX. Just recently, this is pretty cool. Check this out. Or it might not be cool. I'm pretty sure like some super fan will be able to verify if this is real or not. I went to my local Rasputin, picked up MXPX Panic. Fucking $4. And I open it up. Their signatures are on it. If anybody out there has any signed MXPX gear, please let me know if these signatures are for real. Because I lost my shit when I saw that. And I'd be pretty bummed if they're not real. But yeah, MXBX is a band that like really grew on me, and I really fucking love their new album. you haven't heard it yet, definitely go check it out. I don't think MXBX has a bad album except for what's that album called? It's the one with Everything Sucks When You're Gone. I don't care for that. I don't care for that album at all. What's it called? Before, Everything, and After. But yeah, MXPX rules. Now for number 6. I really don't know how to go into this one because I feel like if this was written like when I was like 12, this band would be number 1, number 2, number 3, all the way through 10 because it was literally the only fucking band I listened to. Definitely, easily the most highly influential band, of my life. But unfortunately, I've grown up a little bit and I found some other bands that I like a little bit more. But number 6 is Green Day.
My friend drove off the other day. Now he's gone and all they say you gotta live 'cause life goes on.
Green Day was my fucking life growing up. Literally, if you knew me from when I was living in my previous town going to Joseph Whitmer Elementary, you could not fucking pry Green Day out of my brain. That's literally what I thought of 24/7, even more than I think of Halloween now. Green Day was my first favorite band, and they fucking lasted until I was like 13 or 14 when I first started listening to Blink-182 regularly. Yeah, I just, growing up, kind of like just realizing their new music isn't that great. Like, don't get me wrong, I still like Revolution Radio. I think a majority of that album's good. But Father of All Motherfuckers just killed my fucking, that die-hard love for them. Especially, like, the one song I always reference is Junkies on a High. I cannot tell you how much I fucking hate that song. And honestly, like, their latest singles just really haven't been doing it for me. Here Comes the Shock was honestly bad. Holy Toledo, I actually thought that one was alright. Pollyanna was okay for what it was. But yeah, their latest musical creations just haven't been hitting it for me. But they're always going to be a band that I'm going to hold extremely close to my heart, and I'll never stop loving them, no matter the quality of music they make now. Green Day's always going to have a spot in my top 10 list. So yeah, number 5.
As soon as you're fading, I will grow. I don't like you don't like me. We'll lock it energy, yeah, we'll lock it energy.
Melancholine. There's just something about Melancholine that I can't really put my finger on. Melancholine just fucking slaps. No Cigar is my favorite song on Pro Skater 2. Like, I always fucking skated that song. It was either that one or May 16th. And as you previously heard in my honorable mention, Lagwagon was there. Yeah, for the longest time, No Cigar was the only song I knew from them. Until recently, I would say probably 2017, 2018. I bought Punkorama. I think it was 9. But Farewell My Hell was on there from their album Kingwood. And that album in general is really good. I really do dig some of the songs on there, like Ray. Dude. Come on. Yeah, I really dug songs like Ray, Farewell My Hell. Then I just got curious and I started checking out their whole discography. And I listened to Life on a Plate. Napoleon's a great fucking song. I really dug Machine 15. And I even bought SOS when it came out as well. I really like that album a lot. September 16th, 2019, I went to go see them at a Holy Diver. And unfortunately, as I'm filming this right now, they just announced that they're closing down. So it's a little Sacramento venue. I played there twice before I saw Melancholine, so it was kind of unique seeing a band play a stage that I played twice prior. But I got a fucking fist bump Nikolov, and I screamed my fucking ass off. If I'm able to put the footage on there, I fucking will. You know what? Don't mean to brag, but that's pretty fucking cool, right? Yeah, we touch fists. It was so cool. He did the horns to me as well. Love that. So yeah, Melancoline's great. Number 4. Man, this band kind of like this. Man, if my number 1 didn't like change, this would if my number 1 like didn't change so suddenly, because like the original band was gonna be number 1, but working at my new job, listening to my new number 1, really got me to appreciate them, and it turned me into a fucking super fan. But number 4 is Alkaline Trio.
Hey, ocean filled with plastic bottles.
And my number 1 spot didn't change. I'm pretty sure fucking Alkaline Trio would be probably number 3 or 2. Because like I said, I went through this fucking list like so many times trying to like solidify like placements and everything. But Alkaline Trio is like the one band that just hits so differently than any other band. Like there's just something about them that like they. Spoiler alert: Blink-182 is on this fucking list. My 2 favorite bands growing up from like 2013 all the way up to like 2016 was Green Day and Blink-182. And Alkaline Trio just hit something that none of those other bands could. You know, I think it's like a combination of like Matt's voice and like Dan's bass lines, and just like that dark energy that they have. And it really I really dug it. You know, it's like I was a fan of Alkaline Trio before Tom left Blink-182 and that replaced him. Because like once again, Tony Hawk Armageddon was on there. You know, their cover of Wash Away was on American Wasteland. So I've always loved those songs, especially their cover of Wash Away. But I would say that him joining Blink-182 really like drove me to check out like all their music, and I'm so fucking glad I did. You know, Alkaline Trio just rocks, man. And honestly, I love their fucking new album, Is This Thing Cursed. I would probably put that in my top 3 favorite Alkaline Trio albums. It's that good to me. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat meow. He's just really fucking... You want to say hi to the camera? This is Jim. And he's my best friend. Now he's looking up at the camera. But yeah, Alkaline Trio rules. Number 3. Man, number 3. I don't even know what to say about number 3. But it is Slayer. Slayer is my true introduction to metal. Like, I would say Metallica is the first band I got into, but Slayer's the first band I really listened to. And it was thanks to the Mayhem Fest in 2015, because they were the headliners. They just put out Repentless. And when I first saw them on the screens at the Mountain View Shoreline Amphitheater, I thought they were fucking scary looking. But as times change, and like once Metallica was done, hitting that sweet spot, I started listening to Slayer, and I automatically just fell in love with like how fucking brutal their music was. This might be controversial, but honestly, my two favorite Slayer albums is Divine Intervention and Seasons in the Abyss. And I can tell you right now, my top three favorite Slayer songs are from those albums. Number three being 213, number two being Killing Fields, and number one being Blood Red. It's like so fucking grateful to be invited to that festival. That festival changed my life, and Slayer further improved that. I saw them, I think it was August 18th. No. It was August 28th, 2018 at the San Jose SAP Center for what I thought was going to be their last California show. And it was just a really special night, especially knowing that, they're done. I will admit, like, after the show, they're all just standing at the edge of the stage, just looking out at us. I got so overwhelmed that I started fucking crying, because I knew at that point that was going to be the last time I got to see one of my favorite bands of all time. Crazy, but I'll always love Slayer, even if they're not a band anymore. Their music still, shifted my life, and I'm grateful that I've been able to see them live twice. So that brings us to the last two, and number two is Blink 182. When I was falling out of my Green Day stage, Blink 182 is that perfect fallback, because the thing I liked about Green Day was Billy Joe's voice. Mark Hoppus had the same effect, that the same satisfaction as Billy Joe's voice gave me. Just hearing Mark's voice sing songs like Adam's Song, What's My Age Again, I just really dug it. Especially on Damn It too. He sounds aggressive as fuck. But I heard that was due to smoking. Don't smoke. It's not cool. It doesn't make you look cool. Tom, I never really was too. Don't get me wrong. I love some fucking Tom songs. They're definitely in my fucking top 5 Blink-182 songs. I can name one right now. Asthenia. That was a good song. I love Tom's vocals on that. Not Now. Love that song too. Tom's voice is just perfect on that song. Blink-182 also really hit me with the riffs as well. That was the first time I heard serious riffage in pop punk. The Wasting Time riff is fucking sick. But it's things happen. Everybody knows that Tom's not in the band anymore. Some people still can't accept that Matt Skiba's Blink's new guitarist/singer. And I will say right now, my first fucking new Blink album experience was California. And I'm ashamed to say it, but I love that fucking album when it first came out. That album was the shit. Now listening back, not so much. But I'll take this to my own grave. 9 is fucking perfect. I love 9. It's not a perfect album, but the circumstances when it was released, or when I leaked it, I was freshly dumped. And then 2 songs just had to be on that album that spoke perfectly to how I was feeling. No Heart to Speak Of, which one of my favorite Blink-182 songs of all time. And On Some Emo Shit. 9 just automatically became a a really special album to me, and I'll always hold that close to my heart. So, yeah, Blink-182, number 2. And I'm telling you right now, it was going to be number 1. But just earlier last year, I started my new job, and that requires a 1-hour commute. So I started listening to a lot of music on the drive there. And one fucking band that has always been like a band I'm a fan of, but like never like really fully appreciated, gave me the opportunity to listen to every single album, like 2 albums on the way there, 2 albums on the way back, and just get me to fully appreciate them. And that band is Descendants. Like, they're the only fucking band I've really been listening to for the past, like, almost a year. I really fucking appreciate the Descendants music. You know, it's like, I hear them and then I hear, like, all of my favorite bands that came, like, after them. But honestly, just done so much better. You know, Milo Goes to College is just a classic album. Literally not a bad song on that album. The last 3 songs are fucking masterpieces. Hope by Kid and Gene is Dead. And I Don't Want to Grow Up. Fun, goofy ass album. Like, I don't think that they have a bad fucking album. Like, there's definitely some that I will listen to less than others. But when I have to rank these fucking albums, it's gonna be difficult. You know, and the cool thing about Descendants is that they're still going hard even like today. Like, they're almost 60 years old. And like, I really love fucking Hypercaffeine Spasmate. And I dug Ninth and Walnut for what it was. It's like it's like an ancient relic, pretty much. And it's good. Milo's like updated vocals still sound good. Man, a little story time. My birthday's August 22nd, and I was turning 22. And Descendants just happened to come to San Francisco. They're I would say they're not really. Man, how the fuck do I put it? You know, they were playing with Rise Against. Both of them were supporting new albums. They were supporting Ninth and Walnut. Rise Against was supporting Nowhere Generation. But how was I gonna pass that up? I got to see my fucking favorite band on my birthday. Dude, the seats we got to, not really seats because of the standing room, we were probably like 4th row. And I took the best picture ever of the band. It's my personal favorite photo ever of the band, and I just happened to take it. Yeah, they definitely changed my life. They, in my opinion, they made me appreciate pop punk a hell of a lot more. And I just can't thank them enough. So, yeah, that was my top 10 favorite bands in this fucking list. And then probably this video is just all over the place. You know, I'm tired. It's 11:50. I'm used to go to bed at 9 now. But it's just nice to ramble about things you love, even if they're like incoherent, all over the place. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this. I'll see you soon for a 2022 update, because guess what? I got something planned for that. It's gonna be my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. Started this channel on July 25th, 2012. So definitely got some things planned for that. And I'll also be ranking the Descendants discography. So, yeah, thank you. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, wash your hands, get the vaccine. I don't care if you don't want to hear that shit. I'm going to tell you it anyway. Alright, bye.